Hello everyone, and I saw that everyone on the internet are reacting to new Ibanez 2025 lineup, so why shouldn't I do this? So let's go straight into it. I'll share my opinions, and this is the second time I'm recording this video because I recorded and all of my footages were lost. So at least I now know a bit more about guitars and can share my opinion while knowing something about the prices also. So let's go with those signatures. And this Manuel Gardner Fernandez Q was released in 2024. Same goes to Pink Tim Henson signature and 7-string Tim Henson signature. Also, this Fireman also seemed like it was released even like mid 2024 or early 2024. And I never saw this guitar, so let's start with this. It's an IZ, it's an AZ made in Japan. Nice. Looks very stratty. Interesting inlays. It's a signature model of... what is his name? I have Andy Timmons. Of Andy Timmons. So it's kind of works like... so it's like a single-spaced humbucker. So it's kind of cool. So you're getting like 3 humbuckers. It's nice. It's 2 tones with 1 volume, so it's like very stratty. It's a Wilkinson Tram 6-point, which I do not like, and the fact that they use only 4 is also a bit strange, but I guess it's all about Andy Timmons. Would I buy this guitar? No, because comparing to all other AZs, this one goes without stainless steel frets. And let's add this to the stuff. It's a 4-point tram instead of a 2-point, which I definitely prefer. Yeah, I would not buy this one, but it's an interesting model. And if you're an Andy Timmons fan, yeah, it's cool. This Q series, as far as I know, yeah, it has a standard Ibanez Q humbuckers. It's the best looking one, definitely. I like the gray, the red, how it combines with gold. The roasted maple fingerboard may be a bit off, but it has this signature tax, so because of this, it doesn't seem like the most reasonable buy, especially they released a bunch of new colors for Q series. But yeah, it looks really good. In terms of Tim Henson, they released the silver one long ago, and I kind of like silver one a bit more. 7-string looks really cool, but they are really pricey and almost go into the price range of made in Japan AZs, and it's kind of like the big stopper for me, because I would prefer this guitar to be cheaper for 1 or 2 hundreds, and it will be a bestseller probably. But still very nice instruments. Okay, let's go straight to the X Design Lab, and this is the recoloration of S model with this multi-scale. I like how gold combines with blue. It's nice. I like it. Also, typical Ibanez mishmash of colors. I guess they only have the small toggles in like this dark chrome, and they only have those switching systems in black. They installed the stuff because S body is too thin, so they need to like cover the switch. So it looks okayish, but if you notice this, you cannot unnotice. And to be honest, I would go for a gloss, a rose gold chameleon, rather than matte one. They're both flashy, but this one looks far flashier, so it's not the guitar to fly under the radar with. So if you're going full flashy stuff, I think you should go with this one. So, okay. This is probably the most interesting one. This thing retails around 1,300, so it's a lot. It's a lot. And what do we give here? First of all, I love the color combo. Black hardware, also look here. They definitely have the switch only stocked in this black chrome color. So, but you're still getting gold logo, gold Fishman fluences, all other is blacked out. Looks really good. It's kind of your down to the earth, simply black guitar, but it kind of works better because of this. It should be a Makassar ebony. Yes, it's Makassar ebony. So it's kind of gives it a little bit of color, and also the gold pickups just great. In terms of switching, we are having push-pull control on a volume. Interesting decision that it's not on tone. And the coil tap, or the third voice, on Fishman Moderns. Nice. Evertune. I'm not the biggest fan of Evertunes. I prefer hardtail. I prefer simplicity above anything else. But still, getting Evertune, you are getting jumbo stainless steel frets, which is very nice. And then we're going here and we are seeing non-branded standard Ibanez tuners. And this is strange that they use those. Just bump the price a tiny bit and give us even non-locking Gotos or even locking Gotos, because it's not about the tuning stability. Because yeah, well, your tuning will be extremely stable because we are having Evertune. Yes, it's a fact, but most of the time, lock-in tuners providing you with ease of string change. And I know some of you may say that it's not that important, but if you are touring, this will be a lifesaver. Lock-in tuners are lifesavers, and the fact that this guitar has Evertune, it's either a studio or a touring machine. It's made in Indonesia. It's an interesting choice, also present on a lot on the guitars of 2025. It's a matte painted neck. It's an interesting decision, and it has a bit of a thicker neck, so it's 19 to 21. So most of the time, 6 strings goes with 17 to 19, and here we have 19 to 21. It's an interesting decision. I would probably prefer 19 to 21 a bit more. It will feel like on the 7th string. So this guitar costs around $1,300, and I like it. I like it a lot, yet we all know that those lock-in tuners, I don't know how much they cost to produce. Maybe they cost around, for example, like $10, $20. And definitely the Ibanez have some deal with Goto, so they can get their stuff for cheaper. For example, not like we paying around $80-$90. So they could have amped the price for $50-$60, get here Goto lock-in tuners, and this guitar would have been just amazing for the price. But I don't know why they did not do this. Also, if you want to know how to emulate lock-in tuners effect on unlocking guitar, check one of my videos from Guitar Hack series. So yeah, but just add lock-in tuners here in this guitar would be amazing. There is simply a new Q series colors. No, it's some kind of a new model. And what is different in this one? Okay, no, it's simply a refinish. This is a refinish of this one. And why it's 2 different guitars, Ibanez? What this W stands for? It's the same guitar. And this is a 7-string version of this thing, which is kind of nice. I absolutely understand why they did so. Okay, going back to the Q series. The new color option, and I like it far more. So this one seemed like there's a bit too much going on, and now it looks better. It definitely looks better. But yeah, there is nothing important. Going to AZ's new color, I really like green, but it doesn't work in this color combination. I would still either go with white or black matte finishes. So yes. This is also a new color and also worse than the previous one. Sorry, this one looks just amazing. And white pickguard on white body, for me, always make guitar looks cheaper than it does. If it was a black pickguard, the guitar would look awesome in my personal opinion. And here we have another new color. This bright red also doesn't work that great for me. I would still go for a dark blue. But in terms of specs, there is no new guitars, and the other new color for AZ. This one is kind of cool. This one is ivy green metallic flat, so it's kind of have this little bit of a sparkle under matte finish. So it's very interesting. Probably the most interesting finish. I don't know would I pick the guitar with this one or not, but still. And this is the first new guitar and the only new Prestige AZ. And they went straight for a Fender with this one. So we are having a complete Fender copy in terms of layout. We have complete copy of Fender. So we are having a really close volume to the pickup. So it's like right under the pickup. 2-point trem still. Stainless steel frets. And they are still jumbo. So they are big. It's a cool thing. It doesn't have a roasted maple fingerboard, instead it's rosewood, so kind of like this, a little bit of difference in coloring would be present, which is, in my personal opinion, not that nice, but most of the time you also don't get a matching fretboard to a headstock with roasted maple, let's be honest with ourselves. I like these white accents, they are really nice. It looks great with this red pearloid pickguard and dark blue body. And white pickups, white knobs. Looks great, to be honest. They have their own Seymour Duncan Fortuna pickups. Never heard about them. Probably as Hyperions, they are also like their own deal, so you can get them anyway, except for AZ lines. Here we are having a standard thickness for AZs, if I'm correct. Am I correct? Yes. But instead of a 12 radius, we are here going from, this should be 7 or 9. Let me double check. So yes, we are going for 2023. It's 8.7. So it's really round. It's really round. It's an interesting decision by Ibanez, and I like it. I really like it because it's definitely feels like a superior Strat. Yeah, this feels like they're going for a Fender with kind of their own take on the Strat, which is, in my personal opinion, kind of superior. So this oversized Prestige strap pins, nice, glow-in-the-dark inlays. Does it have glow? It does. It does have glow-in-the-dark inlays. Stainless steel frets, 2-point trem. I like the thing. And in terms of switching, instead of second tone, we are having a blender. So it's an interesting thing. So it kind of gives you ability to get other two tones from 3 single coils combo that you can get with 5-way switch on the normal Fender. So it seems very interesting. And to be honest, I like this thing a lot. I really like what they did. It's one of the coolest guitar, and this thing is coming from a metalhead. I really like their approach. This is by far one of the best. But here we come to the biggest guitars. So this is simply 2 different colors. And this is 2 different models. So we are having HSS with 22 frets and HH with 24. And this is their standard AZ line, which is cool. The drawback here, I see that this is a 6-point trem, which can be problematic because with my personal experience, I had a cord that had those holes for the screws drilled under different angles, which rendered the thing absolutely useless. I like colors. The Violent Sunburst looks the best for me. So I hope that this QC issue from my cord won't be present here. I really like this Violent Sunburst. The gray is, I don't know. They kind of either miss some of the brightness or something. I don't know. The Violent Sunburst looks great. So they have this super all-access neck joint, all as it should be, lock-in tuners, and stainless steel frets. So this thing made in China, so it's not a Cortec factory. With all the switching, all as it should be. So here is the main question. How much do you think it costs? The question with this thing is how much does it cost? I already know the price, but I'll let you guess. If this thing costs 700, it's really good. If it costs 800, it's acceptable. So the price of the thing is 500. It's cheap. And they are literally going for Harley Benton at this point. So they saw how the Fusion model, which is definitely inspired by their own AZ, were selling. And to be honest, Fusion is one of the best guitars in terms of price to what you get. And they ended up making this thing. Roasted maple, stainless steel frets, dynamic switching system, lock-in tuners, and all of this for 500? Yeah, it's amazing price. It even retails a bit lower. The prices from Thomann is 477, so it's like even less. But still, it's a great price. It's a great price. And also, look at this tiniest bit. It comes with prestige strap pins, which is genuinely great. Because if you do not want to buy strap locks right away, this thing will be enough. I can say nothing about this thing except it's great. Same thing goes here, so you get a Dynamics 9 instead of a Dynamics 10 switching system because, well, you cannot simply get the 10th tone out of this pickup combo, but it's exactly the same. Which one would I pick? Definitely this one, because coil splits give you as much of tonal options as this thing do. And this thing also do not come in violent sunburst, so yeah. But overall, I like this thing a lot. Going next, we are going to RGs. So let's start with all of the Genesis series, which is this 4. And we are having 2 new models, which is RG-565R. It's like one model with 2 different colors, and 2 new colors added to 550. So it's black and blue. Blue looks amazing. I love it a lot. Black one, it kind of kills the purpose because this thing was about bright neon colors, and I still really love the purple one. But maybe you are a bit of a I like my guitars black and nothing else kind of person, so this thing was made definitely for you. And here we are going to 565 because they kind of made this model in 2024, but it was with maple fretboard. It's made in Japan. It's not a prestige line, it's simply a Genesis collection. It's a square neck, which I do not like. It's an HH combo with single coil spaced humbucker in the neck. And I love it because it has a rosewood fingerboard with sharktooth inlays. This guitar screams about 80s glam metal, 80s, 90s glam metal. It looks amazing in both colors. I would probably go with blue because Ibanez really decided to make every guitar in their lineup blue. And yeah, it's genuinely really interesting. But this guitar has one problem. All of these 550s have different retail prices. I'm using Thomann as a guide. So Thomann says a price on like the black and yellow are 835, and on the blue and the purple is 865. So yeah, this guitar definitely looks cooler. You definitely will be paying the premium for rosewood, which I totally understand. And instead of a pickguard, you are getting like a normal body with... It has a pickup mounting plates, which I do not like, but still, it's really 80s. And I understand why they did this. But how much do you think this guitar costs? Well, if it costed 900, great. It costs almost 1100, so it's 1100. It's too much. It's too much. to be honest. Because it's kind of killed the purpose of this guitar, I would better save almost 200 and go and buy this one in purple color, which I like more. I don't like maple fingerboards that much, mainly because of maple aesthetic is simply not mine, but I don't really get the pricing on this one because it kind of doesn't work for me. I would still go for 550 to be honest, and this model is time proven and it's amazing. Going ahead, we are having probably the most interesting guitar. So you remember the price of this one. This one cost almost 500 more. Yeah. It's 1.5 grand. It's a lot. And it's guitar made in Indonesia. I'm getting the point that this is probably the coolest guitar out of all the models they presented, because it has really cool blue pickups from Fishman, and they having a blue edge trim, while having all other hardware black. So it's black tuners, black top lock, and the top lock would look amazing if they had the mounting point and the screws black, and the locking nut itself would have been blue, or the other way around, simply invert the color scheme. It would look lovely. And here we are having black tremolo arm and black knobs, black pickup selector, and you guessed it, dark chrome voice selector. And you know, this guitar extremely cool, but I saw the video from one of the German reviewers. He held this guitar in hand and the pickups were a bit different color than the trem. So the pickups had a lighter blue color and the trem was darker. And this kind of kills the purpose of this guitar even more. I like this metallic finish. What kind of a color is this? It should be like iron pewter. Okay. I don't know, the price on this thing simply doesn't make sense. It doesn't even come with stainless steel frets, which is also kind of strange. It at least has lumen lace side dots. Black binding, which is rather cool. But still, I don't get the point of this thing. It's just too pricey. Or they should have packed it with stainless steel frets and make all of the hardware blue. Or they should have made it a bit cheaper, because for 1.5 it's just a tiniest bit too expensive, because it doesn't make sense in Ibanez's own lineup. Because we are going here, we are going to made in Japan prestige model, we are going here, we are having the guitar. Yeah, maybe you don't like maple as I do, but this is, we're having two colors. This one probably would be a bit cheaper. And you are getting a made in Japan guitars with, once again, better strap pins with no mishmash colorings, except for this dark chrome thing that doesn't look that off here. Stainless steel frets for 100. If you're having 1.5 thousand, you can spend extra 100 and get this thing. You get the same wiring, you get everything absolutely the same. So the only thing that differs is aesthetics, and I still don't get this thing. Because pay extra 100 for brand name Goto tuners, for stainless steel frets, for made in Japan logo, which it's definitely more expensive to manufacture a guitar in Japan, and a better strap pins, which is, yeah, I never noticed how much they made an impact until I got myself a made in Japan Ibanez. So yeah, I don't get the point. And also you can get yourself a lefty, because yeah, this one also goes 19 to 21. So it's even a thicker neck. Kind of a plus for me, but still, this one has a bit flatter fingerboard, a bit thinner neck. Once again, it's also a plus for this model, not for this one. If you don't like thin necks, this one is also thin, but if you love them, you go for the thinnest possible. So this guitar kills the purpose of this guitar. And although I would love to love it, I don't get the point of it. So we are going next to the Iron Label series. So those guitars retail from 8 to 900. They also all having painted necks, which is interesting. They're also having a spec from 19 to 21. Edged RAM, DiMarzio deactivators, nice. Retails from 8 to 900, which is decent price. Fully blacked out. Everything is blacked out. They even painted the neck to make it blacked out. Non-lock-in tuners with a lock-in tram, understandable. You're getting a dynamic switch system for 800. Yeah, cool. I like the thing. And second is a 7-string. So Iron Label is more oriented on like heavy music. So I'm not sure if the logo of Iron Label kind of screams deathcore, but you know, for deathcore, death metal, it's a 25.5-inch scale length. It definitely is. And they kind of missing an XL model, so 27-inch scale length guitar would be great, because first of the Iron Labels they had like 2 models, and one of them were 28-inch baritone 6-string, which was really cool. And if they made 29-inch scale length 7-string baritone, it will look amazing in this lineup. Once again, this thing is one of the coolest guitar in previous year's Ibanez lineup. RGD-Series had a new iteration with Floyd, so it's once again an edged ram, and it's one of the coolest guitar you can buy because it has a 5-piece neck through, which is really cool. It's maple walnut, and this is exactly the same instrument but with an edged ram. I love it. I really love the concept of the previous model, and the fact that they added an edged ram, also really cool. They are not very expensive. They retail around 500, so it's a rather cool guitar for the price. It's really great, but it's kind of get destroyed by this thing. Still, the AZ is like the thing that kills half of the Ibanez lineup, to be honest. This is the new model. It's once again a follow-up to very popular RG-420 series and or RGA-42 series. And this is simply an HSS option. So if we open here, we are having all of these guitars. So this is basically the same model, but it comes with a tram. So I'll try to find the tram one. For example, this one. So it's basically the same, but with HSS combination. So it has exactly the same specs, so check it out. The only difference being shark tooth inlay. Same specs, but HSS instead of a HH. Is it cool? Well, I would say yes. Maybe some people would love to have single in the neck. Colors are rather cool. I like the colors. With this shark tooth inlays, with this HSS combo with Floyd Rose, and witch head knobs, it's kind of once again screams about 80s glam metal, which is once again nothing bad about this. Kind of good to see this retro inspired models resurgence. And here we are having once again a variance, so we are getting a 7-string lefty, kind of nice if you're a left-handed player. And we're having refinish, so this is once again a guitar that was previously in Ibanez lineup. It's basically this thing, and if we compare them, I don't really get the point, because you will definitely be paying extra for veneer on top. While this black thing works better with chrome furniture, definitely it works better with chrome furniture than with the burl, with poplar burl top. And this triangle of shame looks even more present here. Oh no, I'm lying. It looks worse on a black one. But still, I would go for a black one. It would be cheaper. You will get the same guitar, but cheaper. Does it have a different body wood? No, it would still be an Ayato body. So yeah, you will get exactly the same guitar, but for less money. And in my personal opinion, the black one looks kinda better. This is once again a lefty Geo. And the last but not the least, two new RGDs. I did not manage to find the price on this one, but it's a really interesting instrument. So you're getting jumbo fret, so no stainless steel here, monorail bridge, black hardware, black knob. Once again, on every RGD you're getting a chrome 3-way toggle, chrome Fishman fluences, and because you don't have like extra switching system, because they did not want to install a dark chrome to chrome and black, I kinda understand them. You are not getting all of the voices, so you are getting simply voice 1 and voice 2. You're getting no like a single coil emulation on the Fishmans. But in other way around, lock-in tuners, so it kinda lacks stainless steel frets, but in any other way, this guitar looks really cool. So you're getting a one-piece roasted maple neck and Makassar ebony fretboard. It's a rather cool guitar. I really like what they did here. It also has like this chameleon finish, but pictures never do justice to chameleon finishes. And the last but not the least, they are getting a baritone into Iron Label line. So it's the same thing as we seen before. So it's full blacked out guitar, locking tuners because no trem, monorail bridge, DiMarzio deactivators. It's an RGD, so it should have 26.5-inch scale length, and it does. So yeah, it's rather cool. The only problem here, they still made a mishmash of colors. So the guitar has a dynamic switching system, or it's simply a coil tap. It should be a coil tap. It's a coil tap. So yeah, you're kind of missing out on some of the really cool feature you are getting on the RGs if you are going for a baritone, but 6 sounds out of one guitar with pretty minimal switching system is rather nice. So how would I rate Ibanez guitar lineup? It's rather safe, so they do not have like new out of the shelf models. They didn't have them a lot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 new models. We are getting 12 new models, which is not much. So most of the new lineup are refinishes, like new colors, maybe like new finish overall. So like you're getting like burl tops or something like this stuff. Do I like new Ibanez lineup? It's safe. It's definitely safe. They had 2 really cool guitars, but this RGR6 BSP EPT, my god, I think I found my new Wi-Fi password. My god, the amount of letters here is just insane. It's cool, but it's too pricey. This one looks far better in my personal opinion, but to me the best guitar out of all this lineup is definitely the new AZ standard line. It's just a killer machines. If they manage to make a quality control reasonable for the price, this will be the best selling guitar of this year, mark my words. So yeah, thank you very much for watching. Write your opinion about Ibanez lineup down in the comments, and if you like the video, subscribe and check out more of my stuff. And once again, thank you for watching and bye.